Unbelievable. It has been scary all day long, tense for so many people, and it's hard to imagine this is May, because we never get this in May. We're always talking about May gray leading into June gloom, and then what do we get to look forward to the rest of the summer and into the fall in October when those Santa Anas really begin to kick up. So it could be a very long fire season.
It's just been everything coming together. The very, very low humidity, the high temperatures, the high winds, a drought condition already. It was the perfect storm.
Just talked to a couple of sheriff's deputies who are bullhorning their way through the neighborhood, telling everybody this is a mandatory evacuation. I asked them if anybody is being stubborn, and they said affirmative. Yes, there are some people who are hanging back. What happens to them? They can be placed under arrest. They can be charged with interfering with a police action. So that's good to know. If you're in this neighborhood, you need to get out. San Diego County Sheriff's deputies are making it very clear that this neighborhood is in peril.
Evacuations are taking place on Canyon Lake Drive. And you have to wonder, all these fires breaking out, it seems a little suspicious, doesn't it? Could they all be breaking out
at the same time?
Yeah.
A day later. I just want to thank everybody involved here, all the agencies. I mean, I've seen vehicles here from LA everywhere, and we really appreciate the help. I question whether or not 6 fires haven't been set by somebody. That's just my thought, but I've never seen anything like this in 20 years. And I've had 1 or 2 fires, but never like this. So the other issue for us is really a key is for FEMA to open up their checkbook and say we can spend some of their money fighting the fires. That big DC-10 costs an awful lot of money per drop. The spotter plane is here. I don't know if it's dropped yet. They told me it'd be here within a half an hour before I came back over here. I just want to thank everybody. This, to me, the Carlsbad one this morning was probably, to me, the most serious at the time because of the population that lives around here, and it's right in the middle of a very, very, concentrated area of both businesses and homes. And we were having those west winds that were just putting everything out of control. Chief Davis, who's going to be up here, he has coordinated this and made a really good team out of this. Chief Schuler is not here. He's over in San Marcos at the moment. I just left him. CAL FIRE has done a tremendous job of moving their assets around. And you can never have enough. We're getting complaints from some folks in El Cajon that they don't see any choppers. It's because they're all up here in the north. But
until the orders are lifted and you are safely back into your homes, that's the least that we can do for you. We're asking you to leave, and we'll do whatever we can to help safeguard your goods and things as such as that. Thank you.
That's it. Questions?
Yeah, I do. I'll start. Julia Garra, Fox 5 News. Thanks. This question for perhaps Mr. Horn. You mentioned this is something you haven't seen in 20 years. This concerns you. Perhaps that these.
Well, six fires in North County in one day. I question this. I've been through the Witch Creek fire. I've been through the Pumarca fire, the Cedar fire. Those were big fires, but they're all connected. If you'll notice, all of these are separate. First we started with this one, then we went to Camp Pendleton. It didn't start in the middle of the base. It started by the ammo dump on the Fallbrook side, and then we went to the freeway fire, and that's where 76 and 15 come together. So I'm sure it could all be by chance, but I'll leave it up to the investigators. I just think there's too much of a coincidence here. I've been through some big fires and a lot of equipment that we've purchased and put in here, and I would just say for these firefighters, this teamwork and this training has paid off big time, both yesterday and today. But I just question that many fires. I guess now we have 2 out in El Cajon, so that brings us to 8. So that's an issue for me.
So
big.
If your theory is right, I mean, do you have even bigger
I have no way. I don't have any evidence. I've been on this fire all day. I've been in Fallbrook, and I've been in San Marcos. So that's the extent. I'm just telling you, this is what I'm thinking. So, all right.
Chief Davis, could you tell us what you got coming tomorrow?
To dovetail, our fire is being investigated by San Diego County Sheriff's Arson, And we have the area of what we call the origin of the fire, the area of origin. It's not the point of origin. So our Carlsbad investigators went out, looked at where the most likely spot is. To give you an example of the geography, that's a 50 by 50 area that's going to need to be combed and check for devices, make sure that this was not an incendiary, not an arson fire. We're going to treat it as such. That is treated as a crime scene, and Sheriff's Bomb Arson is conducting that. I have no results yet of that investigation, and I may not for days. This is May, right? I mean, this is unbelievable. This is something we should see in October, where the tables tip to us. May, June, and late July, we are usually up in Northern California with the monsoonal flows and the lightning strikes, and we're fighting timber fires up there. And then we tip the tables of resources and bring them to Southern California on a statewide, the Master Mutual Aid Program. This is something I have not seen in my career. I've been in this fire service for 27 years. I haven't seen it this dry, this hot, for this long in May before. This is May gray time. If we can remind people, this is an extraordinary weather event. We've had extraordinary numbers of started fires, and each fire will be treated as a crime scene until it's proven to be accidental.